podcast is back. Just Kleinschmidt here with A's reliever Mason Miller. Mason, I was thinking back. I sat with your family, and it wasn't that long ago. It was your debut. Yeah. Jordan was nervous.
Yeah.
It was a really cool back and forth. And then when you think about when you made your debut up until now, everything you've accomplished, what comes to mind?
I think it's just a lot of adversity through it. You know, obviously last year the injury was kind of sucked the excitement out of it a little bit. You know, I felt like I just got here before, you know, I landed on the IL. So come back at the end of last year and just, you know, get back and pitch the way I've been pitching this year. It's been really good for me. Just, you know, being able to enjoy the big leagues and, you know, appreciate all the hard work I've done to get here and, you know, continue to go out each day and, you know, work to improve.
And you're mentioning the adversity, and Cod said, you know, as everything is going well for Mason, he will deal with the adversity that happened just recently with the Rockies, and you're able to come back from that. How do you come back from that when you're not necessarily putting zeros up every single time? Guys are going to figure you out sometimes. How's your mentality when you're constantly figuring stuff out, but things don't always go well for you?
Yeah, it's just trying to be consistent. You know, try not to get too high on the highs or too low on the lows. You know, each day is a new day. Baseball's kind of a unique game that sometimes the ball's bouncing your way, sometimes it's not. You know, I've thrown a lot of pitches, you know, kind of middle of the zone that I've gotten away with, and against the Rockies I didn't have that same luck. So just controlling what I can control, and also knowing what I've been doing has been having success, so not really trying to deviate a whole lot from that either.
Middle of the zone pitches, though, there's a fearlessness there. You're not exactly throwing stuff that they're going to watch. They're going to swing, they're going to take their hacks at you. What's the fearlessness? Because you're still giving them a chance, but they don't always take advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the difference with the bullpen. You know, it's your best against their best. You know, with all the scouting and everything that goes on, everybody kind of knows what everybody has. You know, where their strengths are, where their weaknesses are. You know, hitters know what I do well, what I don't do well. So just kind of being true to your strengths as opposed to pitching to their weaknesses. It's just, you know, your best against their best each time.
You mentioned going up against the Yankees. It was, you know, one of those moments that you remember, and, you know, the top career moments. What's another career moment that you're looking forward to?
Looking forward to? I mean, looking ahead to next year, you know, after playing the Pirates here, that was a really cool experience for me. I think probably the last one as far as that goes would be going to Pittsburgh and playing. But yeah, I feel like every time, you know, we roll in here for a homestand or we go on the road, you know, you're playing against some special players, some special talents, you know, talents that have been in the league for a while, and some other people coming up like me. So, you know, I think each series is a unique opportunity to, you know, kind of lean into the, you know, the excitement of baseball and what we love about it.
I had Shea on the show yesterday, and everybody was concerned with his hand because he's catching you. He said his hand is good for now, it's not hurting. What has it been like having him behind the plate? You guys really have a really good game plan going.
Yeah, Shea's awesome. You know, you can tell when he walks in a room, just, you know, kind of the type of guy he is. So, you know, having somebody back there, that's the kind of guy you want as a catcher, you know, and Kyle McCann's done a great job too. You know, just building that rapport with guys, and, you know, we just have a great relationship across the board, you know, as teammates with everybody. But, you know, the pitcher-catcher relationship's definitely special, and, you know, we feel lucky to have guys like Kyle and Shea back there every day.
Tell me a little bit about the clubhouse, because I've been with this clubhouse for a few years, whether it's they lost 112, they won the AL West, but they managed to all stay a core group and together and pretty relaxed, all things considered. What have you learned from each other this season?
Yeah, it's a blessing to have, you know, a clubhouse that, you know, supports each other, you know, picks each other up when, you know, guys might struggle, and, you know, we've had our fair share of struggles, but, you know, also appreciating the success guys have. You know, just each day being intentional with people and, you know, leaning into the atmosphere that we're trying to create in there. And that's, you know, regardless of what's happening out here, we're going to be there for each other, you know, in the locker room and off the field. So when we come out here and we play together, you know, I think something pretty special happens.
Watching in the clubhouse, you go about your business. You just kind of chill and you stay to yourself, but then you go up on the mound and you're like this animal for different things. Are those the same guy, or do they separate themselves? How do you balance those two out?
Competition brings that out. You know, everybody that's playing at this level or the highest level in their sport, I think they have a level of competition. You know, either they love the competition or they just have that competitor inside them that comes out. You know, I think that's part of the game. That's what we love about it. You know, that's a feeling we don't really get anywhere else. So, yeah, same guy. It just, you know, the stage, the moment, you know, that brings it out.
Watching some video with you when it comes to your slider and your fastball, it's kind of cool to watch a guy anticipating the fastball and the slider comes in and vice versa. How does that feel for you, knowing that they're set up to hit a certain pitch, but then you throw something different. What is that really like when you're on the mound?
It feels great. I mean, it tells me I'm doing my job. You know, I mean, I'm obviously going with 2 pitches right now, so if I fool somebody, that means they're obviously selling out for the other one. So just continuing to mix my looks, mix my, locations and everything is important. So, when you get rewarded with, success that visually shows as apparently as that, it's pretty exciting.
You like to even out the analytics with the feel. Why is it important to balance that out? Because a lot of people are leaning in too much to the analytics, and they're certainly important, but you have to have a feel for the game and stay true to the actual art of it. How do you balance both of those out?
Yeah, I think there's different aspects of the game that all influence it, but at the end of the day, you got to go out and get a guy out. Whether that's a hard hit ball to the outfielder that they make a great play on, or you striking them out. That out counts. That's one of the 27 outs you got to record every game. So, it's a hard thing to do, but just kind of don't get too lopsided on any one thing, and just at the end of the day be able to put it all down and go out and compete is what's important.
Before I let you go, you spoke on the fact of anybody dealing with or affected by diabetes, you want to show them that they can still go out and do all the things. Why is that such an important message for you?
I think it's just natural to have those doubts no matter who you are or what you're dealing with. For me, after I was diagnosed, I really had no kind of perception of how it would affect me and the things that I could or couldn't do. Obviously stuff I have to be more cautious of than others, but at the end of the day, it just comes down to how you're able to control, what you have to deal with, and not placing any limitations on yourself either. So sometimes that's seeing somebody else do it to know that it's possible, and sometimes that's you convincing yourself that I'm not going to put that limitation on myself.
When you were diagnosed, was there a moment that you were nervous that you weren't going to pursue any of your dreams?
I think it was more just the shock factor, not really knowing what it would look like. I knew I could play baseball again, but at that point I really wasn't planning on playing baseball professionally or past college or anything like that. So, just kind of have the ability to look ahead and, know what the future looks like. I think that brings people comfort no matter who you are. But, when you take that uncertainty, it kind of leaves you in a gray area. And, I think the sooner you're able to move out of that area and give yourself a little bit of peace of mind and a little bit of certainty about the future, or at least your goals for the future. I think that's something you can find comfort in and work harder, to attain those goals.
And there's young kids that are approaching you and they have diabetes as well. What's that been like, spreading that message and seeing that you two have something in common?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's we obviously have baseball to bond over initially. You have that with any young fan at a baseball park, so that's cool in and of itself. But have that added layer, to have them dealing with the same thing I deal with. It's cool for me to be able to be an inspiration or be a role model to them. It's just a surreal situation for me to be in. That it's bigger than baseball, and it's super cool and super rewarding to be able to take those moments. Which for me it's 10 minutes of my time, and for them it's something they're going to remember for a long time. So,
Definitely inspiring. Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks, Jess.